In Act 1 of PGA Tour 2015, In the Spotlight, we witnessed the fast impact that young phenom Jordan Spieth has already made on tour.
He's going to take American golf by storm.
And logged miles with the well-traveled Brooks Koepka as he made his way to center stage.
I felt like it would be good to get overseas and be able to really fine-tune my game.
In Act 2, a glimpse at Mexico's most promising performer. And
what a clutch finish for Martin Kaymer.
the 17th hole at TPC Sawgrass once again provided the setting for incredible drama. But first, one of the tour's smaller men is casting a big shadow.
Justin Thomas, very talented young player.
Electing to leave college early to pursue a career on tour, Justin Thomas is enjoying his rookie season with multiple top 10 finishes. Being that one of the more interesting aspects of the University of Alabama product's game is power off the tee, we decided to take a scientific approach to show how an unlikely bruiser of the ball can possibly defy the laws of physics.
Wow, this is hit hard.
This guy is seriously impressive. Look at that for speed. He's got to be the longest pound for pound.
Don't let Justin Thomas's size fool you.
He loves pounding that driver, and he's pretty good with it.
At 5'10", 145 pounds, the 22-year-old ranks in the top 25 in driving distance on tour, averaging 300 yards off the tee.
I'd stick out my chest if I had one stick out, but no, hitting it the length that I do. It's a cool little title that I have.
By modern standards, this feat should not be attainable. Most giants off the tee are physically gifted heavyweights, leaving the smaller framed welterweight in question over how he garners his power.
I'm not very technical. I've always been a person that just see ball, hit ball, and just see my shot, try to hit it, and just try to think the least amount of possible that I can, just to kind of simplify things.
To solve the mystery of Thomas's length, we summoned Dr. Robert Neal, an acclaimed golf physicist and founder of Golf Biodynamics.
How's it going?
Hi, thank you, Robert Neal.
Thomas.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
You look at him and he's not physically impressive, and I asked him if he was pretty powerful as an athlete, and he said, no, I wouldn't rate myself as quick or fast. And so I said, wow, that's interesting.
I just focus a lot, like, you know, on my joints and flexibility and like my hips. A little bit more loose and a little more flexible to where I'm gonna get the most absolute possible out of my weight and my height and my speed.
His body speeds show that he is fast, that he's probably got a lot of fast twitch muscle fibers that allow him to generate speed very rapidly.
For a precise conclusion, we hooked Thomas up to Dr. Neal's Golf Biodynamics technology.
What it'll do is measure exactly the position your hands and body are in space at every moment during the swing.
I'm, I guess, excited to see, you know, what all this stuff's about, but I'm kind of scared to see it at the same time. I don't know what it's going to look like.
So like this, facing me. I'm going to do left and right shoulders. I know you haven't done this sort of thing before, so it'll feel a little weird when you first start swinging on it.
Yeah, I didn't really know what to expect. Felt like I had a tail.
Wave your left hand.
It's so crazy. Yeah, I would hope I'm a little better looking than that guy. And I have legs. This should be pretty interesting, the first shot. That was almost a shank right there. I didn't shank it, but I sure laid the sod over it.
After some time to get used to the equipment,
I'm getting there. I still haven't hit one flush yet. Actually hit that one kind of good.
Nice and solid, right?
Yeah, pretty nice.
it was time to record the actual data with the driver. After 17 total shots, Thomas sat down with Dr. Neal for a preliminary look at the readings.
So Justin, this is what your swing looks like in 3D. You can see, for example, how you move the club down through here. Great extension through the follow-through and so forth. Right out of the middle of the club as well. That's one of your secrets, but it's a secret that we knew about in physics, but there are not too many people who can actually do it.
Cool stuff.
Next, it was back to the lab to find out exactly how Thomas is able to launch the ball so well.
3 key things that I picked out in terms of how the club is delivered.
Number 1, a beyond perfect smash factor, which is the ratio of club head speed to ball speed, giving an indication of impact efficiency.
Now, theoretically, the limit's 1.50. Justin hit 17 shots. The average was 1.52, which is really remarkable. That means he hits the same spot, the sweet spot on the club face, virtually all 17 of those shots.
Number 2, Thomas delivers the highest launch angle on tour.
The ball takes off at the highest angle relative to the ground, but it's really low spinning. It's one of those phenomena that are just really difficult to produce.
Number 3, in order to get that high launch angle, Thomas delivers a high angle of attack.
It's the angle that the club head is moving as it contacts the ball. His average was almost 5 degrees up, and the tour average is 1.3 degrees down. So this combination really optimizes what he's able to do with the club at impact with the driver. It's interesting to go and look at what his body does in order to create those club head dynamics.
Thomas lifts his pelvis up to 3 inches off the ground at impact. By comparison, some Remax long drive competitors lift up to 5 inches.
That is one of the power moves that we see. If someone isn't able to raise this up, they're not able to push off the ground, they're just not able to generate the same speed. His whole body, the pelvis, lifts in the late part of the downswing, and it lifts very rapidly. And this assists him in moving the handle of the club up, which then flattens the arc of the club head and allows him to hit up on the ball. At impact, he gets his hands forward a long way. That's very unusual for a driver.
Another pivotal characteristic through Thomas's sequencing and timing data is that Justin rotates his body 25% faster than the average tour player.
He times very precisely when he accelerates one segment past the other. And so that allows him to really transfer the energy from the big parts of the body, the core, out to the arms and hands, and eventually to the club head. Someone like Dustin Johnson, tall, long levers, they don't need to rotate as fast to get the same amount of speed. As a little guy, you need to have the ability to rotate rapidly because you don't have long levers. What's really interesting with Justin is that he found this out kind of by himself. He's got a lot of natural sporting ability, coordination, because he didn't have to be taught that.
It's just kind of trying to use your athletic ability to your advantage, and we know what we have to do just from practicing so many times, and we just try to, recreate that. It's unbelievable the stuff technology can do, and it was cool to kind of see it all done on myself. Now I'll have an official answer when people ask me, why I hit it the length that I do.
Common Links, presented by Mercedes-Benz. A new ensemble of fresh faces has stepped onto the largest stage in golf, the PGA Tour, and the relationships forged with one another run deep.
It is crucial to have a good group of friends and a good sounding board of advice and guys to hang out with and have a little community out here.
We've stuck together since we've been 14, 15 years old. We've grown up eating dinners with each other's families, things like that.
It's a lot of fun having some young guys that have come through junior golf and college together, and now we're out here playing on tour together. So it's nice to have some guys that you've known for a while, some familiar faces to play practice rounds together.
It was kind of a dream come true for everybody, and we're just learning and having fun together. And it's nice to have some people your age out here.
I met Jordan for the first time. I think he was 16. See what he's done at such a young age is impressive. Those guys don't come around often.
I'm big on Justin Thomas. I'm a little biased. He's one of my best friends.
Justin's obviously making a splash early, and he needs a little rookie hazing sometimes, but other than that, we have some good fun.
He's awesome to hang out with off the course, and we always feed off each other. It's great to have someone like that to practice with and to kind of push each other.
That's what's really cool out here. Everyone's rooting for everybody. You hope everyone plays well. You hope you play a couple strokes better.